The very first episode of season 2 is supported by OSEA. And yes, I am a proud official OSEA brand ambassador because one thing Black women are absolutely committed to, it is holistic hydration, right? Staying luxuriously hydrated and moisturized. And again, holistically, we want to be moisturized spiritually, emotionally, and of course, epidermally. So when OSEA dropped the Dream Bio Retinol Body Serum, I just bought my own. I didn't even ask for a sample. I could not wait to get my hands on it because I am really trying to refine and improve my nighttime routine. So it's a nighttime wrinkle reducing body serum. It's rich, it's silky, and it's meant to be used when your body is winding down and doing its deepest repair work. I've added it straight into my evening bath routine. After an excellent exfoliation, I work the serum slowly after I dry off, then before I settle in to read. I'll take Osea's Vagus Nerve Oil. I'll do the pillow spray on the cool side of the pillow. Lights are low, the phone is far away. Perfection. Because if rest is resistance, then being soft, moisturized, and well-regulated is a part of the 92% strategy. 92%, we deserve an upgrade to our evening routine, our sleep hygiene, our skin, our nervous system. And listen, you can use my code, hey, it's Halicue10 at osea.com or tap the link in the show notes. I want us to stay moisturized, stay rested, stay soft. Hey, 92%. Yeah. Season 2. Let's get on into it. No, really, I'm glad to be back. And hey, it's Halicue. Y'all, I have a theory. About why nothing is happening right now. You know the way like everybody's online, like when is somebody going to do something? People aren't getting mad enough. So I have a theory. Do y'all want to hear it? Like why does this chaos feel so utterly unanswered? Like why the violence, the corruption, the absolute moral freefall just keeps going? My theory is that the country is waiting for Black people to fix it, specifically Black women. The United States of America has outsourced protest, resistance, and moral labor to us, Black people, Black women for generations. And this time we're not doing it. Instead, we're doing something radically different. I know it's a lot right now. I know I emanate like a lot of sunshine. My friend Sandy was calling me a human ray of sunshine. And that makes me so happy. I feel that way. I don't have a lot of excess fire energy. But every day we are waking up to these horrific headlines, like this crazy, disturbing violence. It's all emanating from y'all stunt queen in chief's killing floor, which is what I guess used to be the Oval Office, his hollow throne at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. And while we're doing a good job, 92%, of staying sane and calm, y'all know we get together every day over on the Sunshine Report and then at the end of the week for the Newsweek in Review. So yeah, we are doing a good job of staying sane and calm and like on our Zoom. Y'all sentient bag of pig guts that calls himself the president and his minions still have us feeling a level of instability that feels kind of shocking, but tragically familiar to us as Black people. To hell, they're going to be coming for y'all next. People like ICE, militarized police have been in our community since the pattern rollers since slavery. And then when they were turned into the modern police force, they have been in our communities. And even in very white neighborhoods, we still feel unsafe. It's one of the reasons my husband won't let me on next door anymore. He asked me, would you please stay off next door? Because there was this little post next door. There's always one that shows up. Just want to keep everyone alerted. Saw a strange man of dark hue, dark complexion. I kind of be like, why don't y'all just come out? Just come out and say you saw a Black man. Please, would you just come out and say you saw a strange Black man? Like, I don't know what the hell this town would do if my entire family came to visit. Seriously. It's why Josh, like, literally won't let me on next door anymore. There's always something like that, some strange Black man or some strange Latino man post. And here's what I want to say gently, but firmly 92%. Oh, and the reason my husband won't let me back on next door because I said back on next door is, I tell you what, y'all know where I live. We live on this loop. It's a beautiful loop, like around a canyon. People walk by my house all the time. It's like 2 blocks away from the elementary school. And then, drop the little kids off, do a little 3-mile little loop or whatever. And I was like, what if I said, y'all, I live on Level Loop. A lot of y'all know my house. What if I just sat down by my gate with a cup of coffee, reporting every strange white person I saw that walked by? No comments. No response. Apparently, I don't know, somebody called Josh or what, but he's like, yeah, babe, could you not? Like, I'm like, okay, I'll get off next door. Okay. All right. I'll get off. I'll get off next door. Y'all know what happened in Minneapolis. ICE pulled up to a neighborhood doing one of its illegal, criminal, non-constitutional raids. And a woman and her partner were in their car trying to avoid the confusion. I think the story said that they had just dropped off a kid. And one of the women that was a driver, like, was shot point blank in the face. Her name's Renee Goode. Obviously, it's all over the news. There are protests going on in Minneapolis. There have been quite a few of these protests. Y'all know how I feel about them. I'm just leave it alone. Y'all don't go to these protests. So yeah, inspiring protests. The federal government is refusing to share information or evidence with local and state authorities. And we dig a little deeper, come to find out a Black man, Keith Porter Jr., was killed by ICE. So we have 2 American citizens killed by y'all stunt queen in chief's personal assist. And here's what I want to say to the 92%, gently, very firmly. Y'all, 92%, we're beautiful, we're bold, we're brilliant, but a lot of us are very, very, very sensitive. A lot of us are empaths, so it makes complete sense if you feel upset. It makes sense if you feel angry. Many of us were raised where we couldn't express anger. I absolutely could not be walking around angry, huffing and puffing, expressing my anger in any way around adults, or even sadness around adults. I think the feeling was like, what right do I have to be sad? You know, I get 3 meals a day and a house. It was different, y'all. It was the 80s. So yeah, y'all, it makes sense if you're angry. A lot of us are just learning how to express our anger. So yes, all of this is a trigger. It makes sense if our bodies feel tired and anxious or exhausted. Y'all know I always suggest dance, right? Y'all know I'm finally back in the studio. Finally back in Avexia, taking my bar classes. Yes, I have an old arthritic knee. I'm told I'm not supposed to call it arthritis. I'm supposed to just call it inflammation. But yeah, y'all, I'm back. Finally back as Black women. I saw please dance. There's all kinds of free workouts on YouTube. If y'all want my recommendations, like, let me know. Ask down in the comments, or when we're on live together in the chat, and I will absolutely tell you my favorite YouTube workout videos. But that's the kind of thing that we need to do. This is exactly the moment when the 92% does not default to what used to be our old way of reacting to this kind of violence in the streets. It's been over a year. Y'all, we gave them a year. Look what they did. Look what they did. Look what they did. They had everything they wanted. Both houses of Congress. Supreme Court is just a hot mess, and y'all are hearing the information that is coming out about your boy Clarence Thomas. We're hearing these audio tapes in this interview with Sasha Riley. Of course, your boy Clarence Thomas makes an appearance. I have always despised that man. I despise him because my mama despised him. During the Anita Hill trial, my mom's a judge, and I think, heaven only knows what she probably had to deal with being, part of an official in the criminal justice system, or even just being a lawyer as a woman in Mississippi. She could not stand him. So y'all, we gave him a year. I really always hoped and thought, y'all know I have a lot of family that work in criminal justice, a lot of lawyers in my family. I know we truly thought the courts would hold. They're gone. Courts have been torn asunder. At least the Supreme Court has been. So yeah, and they got the executive. They got everything they wanted. And in a year, look at what they brought. This is all those people's fault. I'm sorry. I don't think Republicans can ever be trusted ever again. As far as I'm concerned personally, and I really don't want to get personal, if you're someone that voted for this, and I'm not getting specific about that, like this mess, this hot mess that we're in, because you thought it was a joke, or you thought it was the most fiscally responsible thing to do. If you couldn't see, yes, a rep on us knowing each other as human beings. I think people that still support him, I think they should just be shunned and avoided. Ignorance is terrifying to me. We gave him a year, and look what happened to them. But look what happened to us. See what happens when we remove our energy? We're not just some number. The 92% refers to a community of Black women voters. We got that number from exit polling data after the 2024 presidential election, and it stuck. But it's grown to mean so much more. We are a movement now. We are a movement of Black women, and movements need strategy. That's why we have pillars, and today we're standing firmly in Pillar 5. That's all about ritualizing our wellness and connecting it back to our ancestry as Black American women. We didn't stop caring. We didn't stop seeing. Everybody makes it seem as though we just over here chilling. And we are. I mean, we are. We needed a long nap. We needed a good rest. and we got it, and we're still getting it. But we didn't stop caring. November 2024, the day after Election Day, we just woke the fuck up. We refined our strategy. Our activism is now quieter. It's more disciplined and more dangerous to the system than outrage. I'm calling it organized indifference. There are different names for it. I don't think I'm the first person that's come up with a name or tried to find a phrase, but I'm going to help amplify it. And I'm going to help us get comfortable with it in our mouths, rolling off our tongues. One of the ways we can sustain it is by returning to rituals. So get your tea, chill, light a candle. Y'all know how we like to do. We're spiritual black girlies around here. Y'all know I'm a bougie hoodoo. Get comfy, get snuggly. Let me get all up in your ear holes, okay? On this episode, we are going to do 3 things. I'm going to explain what organized indifference actually is, clearly, practically. This is important because it's a mainstay of one of our strategies. We're going to need it whenever we are hit with some new fuckery. I'm going to show you why ritual, especially around our wellness. The rituals are our refuge, especially in moments like that. And I'm going to help you learn how to return to yourself without guilt, without apology, and without abandoning our values. Because I know some of us out there, some of my homegirls, some of my hotties. That's our Love Black chat. Shout out to the hotties. Love y'all. We, not they, political allies or anybody else that thinks they have like first right of refusal or something to Black women's time and energy. This is about choosing where our life force goes. 92%. Think about it that way. I've missed y'all. Are y'all glad we're back? I am. It's been so much fun. Y'all, being a content creator, yeah, thank you for my new job. I think of 92% as my boss, and like I've got this visualization of what she looks like. She's just the best. I love my job. I do. I love us. I want y'all to hang out with me. Follow me everywhere. Y'all know I'm Halicue everywhere. Our community is growing and growing. I'm so proud of us over on TikTok. We go live every day for the Sunshine Report. We come together to do some serious transmutation together on the Newsweek in Review that's going out live to YouTube, Substack, and TikTok. So we are in it and still making the videos. We're going to be doing a lot more long form on YouTube. We're planning meetups this year. This is going to be amazing. We are truly a movement. Oh, and if you want to get started and get a little info, a little drop on what the first 4 pillars are, go on over to LinkedIn. I've been dropping some articles over there, and y'all come be friends with me over there on LinkedIn. Oh my God. It is so strange to be the kind of entrepreneur that I am, the content creator that I am, the podcaster that I am, and be over on LinkedIn. I just have to tell you. It's very, very, very interesting over there. Please come join me. Y'all know I'm a Halicue everywhere, and absolutely get into the Substack. That is our podcast community, and that's where we go much, 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 much deeper. In January, this month, for episode 1, I want us to get locked in on what organized indifference is. Organized indifference. And y'all practice this. Listen to this over and over, because I want y'all, when people come at us because they stay coming at us, somebody might actually deserve an explanation for you. So I want for us to be like locked in on this together. Organized indifference is the strategic, disciplined withdrawal of our energy from systems that harm us. And it's the intentional reinvestment of that energy into ourselves, into our sisterhood as the 92%, and into our own homes and communities. And you know what, y'all, like later for trying to label this response and our strategy as apathy. It is choice. It's our choice. We know that's difficult for a lot of folks out there and for a lot of y'all. But one of the things that the 92% does is tell the truth. Tell the truth as we know it. I'm telling y'all, but it's going to get to where we're like the Bene Gesserit. Shout out to Dune. Like, we are the ones that are the truth tellers. Well, it's looking as though we're the only ones that can be trusted to tell the truth. Somebody look at the chart. Look at the chart. Somebody roll that beautiful bean footage. Look at that. Is that not proof that we're not the only ones around here to have any sense? Okay, so we tell the truth as we know it. We take pleasure in it. Y'all know sometimes I'm really my grandmother's daughter. The older I get, I always thought I'd be so different than my grandma. I'm not that different. I am. Y'all get a lot of the sunshine part of me, but turns out I'm turning into a mean old light-skinned lady. Oh my God, from Mississippi, I really am. And my grandmother, I mention her because my grandmother loved telling somebody the truth about themselves. Oh, she enjoyed it. If you could see, if she ever got into some kind of situation where she had the opportunity, like the opportunity was coming and she was ready for it. There's nothing she loved more than telling somebody the truth about themselves, or telling you the truth about yourself to the point to where you cried. And she would say, I know it hurts. The truth hurts. Oh Lord, I'm embracing my villain mode. Shout out to her divine alchemy. So listen, the 92% we tell the truth as we know it, and the facts are these. We understand how white supremacy works, and we're going to say so. We know what they doing. We understand how these outrage cycles, especially on the corporate and legacy media, are manufactured. That's why I don't rock with the corporate. I can't even believe I'm saying corporate media, like these crazy red hat people, but they are complicit. They are who got us where we are. Maggie Haberman, I curse your name, with all this access journalism. I don't even know if we can call it journalism. I feel like they're complicit. That's why I created the Sunshine Report that goes live Monday through Friday, 8:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So black women can have the morning news show that we deserve, because we can't look to nobody else. CBS is gone, children. It's gone with the wind. Okay. It's state media now. MSNBC trying to rebrand, calling itself MS Now. Please, none of this. So why do we had to create the news morning inspiration and chat show that we deserve? Come hang out with us. So listen, we understand how these news outrage cycles are manufactured. So we're aware of it as people. We see it. You can see it in the way the protesters, the Minnesotans, are confronting these agitators, and the agitator stuff is nasty business. I know if you're a revolutionary, that's the way it is, and you've always known that. But for those of us like just coming online about that, man, that is nasty work. It's nasty business. They say that the U.S. is doing a lot of that in Iran, and apparently y'all, Iran is in a really sad state, sad place, and the goal is to go to war. So we get it. We understand how these outrage cycles are manufactured. We understand finally how our attention, our labor as Black women has always been forcibly extracted from us emotionally, spiritually. These are the last yokes of slavery and the last chains of slavery we got to break away from. The mental slavery, the emotional slavery. But our organized indifference says, so what we say to that and what our strategy is, we see you, colonizer. Stephen Miller calling stuff our hemisphere. Y'all, they went to Venezuela and they kidnapped. Now, the man was a dictator. I understand that, but we kidnapped and dictators' wives too. That's just who we are. We just straight thugging it out now, y'all. Like straight thugging it out. They took the man's wife. If we're picking up dictators and their wives, can somebody please come get this sentient, some would even argue with me on the sentient, sack of rotting pig guts that lives in Michelle Obama's former residence at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue? I'm going to just start calling it the Hollow Throne. Can somebody come get him? Somebody sprinkle some freaking Big Macs and some filet of fish out on, y'all, they say that's what he eats. He looks bad. Sprinkle some of them out there. He'll wander out there. He is dealing with these, the physicians say is dementia town right now. And I don't know what you would have to throw out onto the front lawn to get y'all Slovenian snake-eyed titty model of our first lady out there. I cannot stand that woman. Her or frickin' Mafia Princess Barbie Ivanka. Oh, I'm so glad. Grandma, I am glad you're not alive to see this. This is a shame. So organized indifference. We say that we see you. We see you. Hi. Yeah, we see you. And this whole strategy now of, I guess, like Stephen Miller said the other day, like this is our hemisphere. Y'all, they laying the groundwork. They know that man's got one foot in the grave because they're trying to make fetch happen way too fast. So yeah, like we see you, we understand you and your tactics, and we are, as a group, the 92%, as a collective, we are no longer available to be consumed by them. I'll never forget, y'all. I turned to this like so many times. Toni Morrison did this wonderful interview, and this woman asked her this insanely racist question about when is she going to get real serious with her work and start writing white characters. Like, it was so insulting. And I know this is something similar must have happened with Ryan Coogler, because y'all know Ryan Coogler say he ain't doing no sequel to Sinners. And the way they are shunning him at the award shows, I guess this is just Beyonce like all over again, but he's not doing it. He's saying not doing no more sequels, and people keep pitching him sequels that center white people in the story, like Remick, or Asian people or Chinese people, right? Because or Asian people, because that's where the money is. They want him to make another movie that will make white people feel seen and understood and tell their side of the story. I don't even know what they complain about. They had them, the vampires, racism, vampires, an allegory. It's like real life. So I always remember Toni Morrison and that speech that he told that reporter. First of all, that is unbelievably racist. There was, I don't know if it was the same interview, it was the second one, where she's like, racism is not our problem. It is not our sickness. Stop asking me about it. All racism is it's copium for white mediocrity. They spend their time and they use it to distract because they're not any good. They're not very smart. They're not very talented. Y'all, that's what this is all about. That's like another reason we need to just, we have every justification in the world for using organized indifference. We can't fix what the problem is. This, in many ways, it's an internecine war between white people. In a lot of ways, between white women and white men. White men are unable to compete anymore. They like to put out articles and stuff like in the Crimson. Coach Dad, he showed me, he goes, this is very interesting. There's an article in Crimson. The title of the article was in Black enrollment and Hispanic enrollment at Harvard down by 1.5% since we got rid of affirmative action. I mean, that was basically the tenor of the article, but that wasn't the real news of the article. What the article listing all these other stats basically revealed that Harvard was less white and it was less male. That the people that are failing to get in, and this is across the board in college, are white men. Now that they got rid of DEI, and now they are really sucking it up because DEI and affirmative action was keeping shit 50-50, men, women. A lot of this is about forcing women out of the workforce and back home, because some people posit that one of the things that authoritarianism and this fascism is promising, like a lot of useless white men, is women. I say all the time, like, white women, y'all better get scared. This isn't about kidnapping us and stuff. This is about y'all, because y'all are having fewer babies. Well done. Well done. Big Sis is proud. I got to be honest. I don't like tell people what to do. This is an insane time to let somebody convince you to have a baby. Oh my God. So that's one of the examples. I'm sorry, I got far afield from Toni, but Toni in that speech about racism, about it not being our sickness, it restores me every time. It's a tough concept because we were raised and steeped in kind of like must fight. That's our duty. Our civic duty is this burden, must fight, must speak, must put bodies on the line. And I remain as focused, yet as clearly emotional I'm just as focused yet is clearly emotionally distant as Toni was in that moment. It was just this beautiful moment of, I'm going to link it down in the show notes. It was this beautiful moment of observant dispassion, and like why it matters. It matters because liberation doesn't come from, or at least I don't think so. I mean, I've been around 53 years. I don't think liberation comes from constant engagement and bloody conflict with the oppressors. Right? Deontay Kyle says that like that's their way of doing things. Well, what if our protest begins with love and love of ourselves, care of ourselves? I mean, that's what I'm on. That's what the 92% is on. They want us to be on picket lines. They're coming at us online, trolls, bot accounts, like literally these digital armies meant to provoke and antagonize and what they're trying to do is to alter our state of reality. Like the way our government is gaslighting us right now. We all saw the video of Renee Nicole Goode. We all saw it. And every single representative from the federal government is trying to convince us that we didn't see what we saw. We're being gaslit and crazy made. We used to talk about and used to educate about domestic violence. Like when somebody actually does like fucked up shit to make you feel crazy. Like when somebody's really mad, your relationship is low octave when you're doing some shit like taking somebody's keys and hiding them to make them feel like they lost their mind. Seriously, that's what the government is doing to us right now. So listen, practicing, honing organized indifference, this new strategy, this new take, it comes from us finally stepping into having dominion over our own mind, bodies, and spirits. It comes from us accessing this sovereignty that we as Black women have a right to but have been denied. I'm so glad we're here. Well done, us. We're doing a good job. I'm so happy to announce that this episode is supported by one of my new favorite wellness brands, and I've been turning to it as part of my own daily ritual, especially when the world feels kind of heavy and my nervous system needs actual support and my body is craving nourishment. We all know we need to be taking a multivitamin, and I've made it a part of my morning ritual on the Sunshine Report. So y'all, and this wasn't PR either. We'll talk about Minochill another time. Minochill is an amazing like herbal supplement by Black Girl Vitamins. It's meant to support those of us that are dealing with perimenopause and menopause because y'all get this. I had no idea, of course, Black women, we start experiencing symptoms of perimenopause and menopause earlier, and we have more severe symptoms. So when they were like, "Girl, do you think you might like this?" I'm like, "Yes, absolutely." And my sleep over the past 2 months has been amazing. It is like saving me. It was January last. All Indigenous people know the oppressor likes to call January beginning of the year. Fine, fine, fine. Never a better time than to get it going and get it on and popping with our wellness and our routines and like what are we going to be doing to take care of our body. So I'm like, you know what? I need multis. I need some supplements. I'm on this little special, eating situation. We're getting older, so I need more protein. I need collagen. I may need a little help with energy because I'm starting to dance again. So I ordered the Black Girl Vitamins Complete Wellness Essentials. It's a curated daily set that supports immunity, digestion, hair, skin, nails, and overall vitality all in one bundle. And of course, like they're advised by a panel of Black women doctors, and they say specifically like doctors that look like you or me. So everything about it is intentional, it's thoughtful, it's clean, and it's made with us, Black women, in mind and addressing our nutritional gaps that too many of us like face every day. So, y'all, for me, and I know for a lot of you, because we, again, like the 92% is a holistic movement. This is a pillar, like ritualizing our wellness. It's not just another thing to like check off the checklist. It really is about rituals that reinforce care, individual care of our own selves. It's the small, consistent things that we do to say, I am a beautiful Black woman. I more than matter. My body and my spirit matter. And that's exactly the energy behind who they are as a brand and behind this beautiful wellness bundle. If you want tools that help you feel better on the inside out, not just for surface moments, but for grounded daily strength, I'm going to drop the link in the show notes so you can check out the Complete Wellness Essentials for yourself. That little link to Black Girl Vitamins in the show notes can be your first step towards a daily ritual of care that actually cares about you and holds and supports you. Something all of the 92% deserve. Oh my gosh, look at us on our Zoom, taking care of ourselves, learning the strategy that's going to help launch us into the next dimension of Black womanhood. Let's talk about the order of organized indifference. Organized indifference, to me, has an order, and this is like super important. First order, think of it like, think of it like a chart or like a pyramid. First, your body, your mind, your spirit, your innermost domicile. Your body is home. And then second, I want you to think of like concentric circles, like percent, the 92% sisterhood, people who share this language, other Black women who share these values and are already practicing our organized indifference together on the Sunshine Report Live or on TikTok or in real life. Oh, y'all, speaking of real life, y'all know I'm deconstructed. Do y'all know I met the 92% like in person? It was at the big, it was over December. My friend Kendra had these great tickets to the Dress for Success holiday soiree in San Francisco. It was me, Kelly, Kendra, and Chris. Kendra got the tickets. Chris like got us upgraded so we could have this like really cool experience. So y'all, if you have anything like this in your area around the holidays, go to it. It's basically the soiree is like where some of the wealthiest women donors in San Francisco just give us their designer stuff. They go through their closets, they go through their closets and they just put out all these amazing things, shoes, handbags, just clothes, lounge sets. It was amazing. And then if you have VIP access, you get to go to it first. So you line up and they have drinks and you just, go up these stairs. It's all very mysterious. And you just have at it. And there's like a pricing scale. There's like different color tags on different things. Everything like super, super, super like reasonable. And it all goes towards Dress for Success. They take your stuff and they bag it up. And then there was this beautiful smorgasbord. This is all in downtown San Francisco, top of this building. Like it was in an art space, huge. Must have been thousands of women there. So it was a long morning. Yeah, that was back when I was still really struggling with my knee. Like there was a hot chocolate bar, y'all, and I was like, I ain't never been to a hot chocolate bar. I've had hot chocolate all over the world. I've never been to a hot chocolate bar, so I'm gonna go check this out. My knee was aching. I was trying to drag my leg, and I'm a Leo, so I'm always thinking about being like the life. Like I want to make sure we're having a good time, but y'all, I'm tired. As I'm crossing this huge, beautiful dining area, I hear somebody say, "Hey, Halicue. Hey."
We're 92%, y'all. I turn around. It's this table of beautiful black. It's about 5 or 6 of them. They're like, we're the 92%. We're 92%. We know you from TikTok, y'all. That was a moment. That was a moment. We're going to be getting together more too, y'all. We're going to be doing meetups. I was so happy. All right. So I know we locked in. Like, I know this isn't just a figment of my imagination. We're not just like some hashtag. Right? Like, some of us are really working on this. A lot of us get together. Y'all come turn up. Like YouTube, TikTok, Substack. I'm going to be going live. I do the Sunshine Report like every morning, Monday through Friday, like at 8:30. So we're practicing this and talking about this every day. That's why we already on Pillar 5, but don't worry, I'm going to catch you up. So some of us were already together practicing this. So yeah, like some of us were already practicing it. So that's one level. The first level, you. Second level, the 92% community. And third, the Black community. And that includes your home. Right? We're going to be doing it through creativity. We're making in Black owned spaces. So those are the priorities. Yourself first. The main tenets of our movement is prioritizing our love and care of self as Black women. And I truly mean that. So the order of operations is you first. And then I'd like to think our sisterhood as Black women. So much power. We derive so much power from that. And then finally, your family, your community, though that's who gets your time and your attention first. It's not these jobs. It's not these churches. Please stop giving your money to these churches. Please, I beg you. Have y'all seen Drewski's latest skit? Oh my God. Y'all, I'm telling y'all know I'm deconstructive, but I'm deconstructive, but like Christ consciousness, I rock with that. Sure, fine. Sure. Please stop giving your money to these churches. That religion is one of the things they use to stranglehold us. And they like to take us and harvest our spiritual energy and our money in these places. Okay. So seriously, that's the order of operations. That's the hierarchy. Okay? And especially when we get to the Black community, like, oh my gosh, dance classes, our creativities, like go make in Black owned spaces. I'm about to start doing a tour of the Bay Area of Black women's wellness spaces. If you're within the sound of my voice and you're in the Bay Area, you have a Black girl Pilates studio, a dance studio, a salon, a spa. You're doing sound healings. Holler at your girl. I'm going to go there and be there. Okay. Enjoying our books, our spaces, our art, and the unique ways we express our joy. And then if there's some time or energy left over and you feel like I want to do something, here's my recommendation. Do local civic work. Around the time of the murder of George Floyd, I realized I was like, oh, I should probably, I don't know, I'm a pretty intelligent, talented person. And I have a way with people and a way with words, so I can be doing work and I'll do it locally. We've got local commissions and councils. So I got myself on the library board. We have one of the best small libraries in the United States, the Mill Valley Public Library. Okay, so if there's some time left and you still feel like you want to do something, okay, fine. All right, do some civic responsibility. Look at some councils, some commissions, right? Because that's exactly how I decided to be a library trustee. And after I served my last term, I'm coming at the Arts Commission. I tried to attach my work civically to something that would give me joy. Called me back to my favorite memories. That's why I chose the library board. And this is a reversal of how Black women have been trained to operate. Right? Like, I will never forget, y'all. If I could just take you back to the day after the election, first of all, just getting through election day. And this was with all of my techniques. Like, at this point, first time, 2016, I'm sure I was like 2 bottles of wine in by the time we got the final elect. Like, I'm sure I was inebriated for 2 days. But now, like 2024, I've got all my, I'm meditating. I'm like spiritually grounded. I done graduated from therapy. We have a whole community now and a podcast like where I'm responsible to Black women in 90%. So I have to take care of myself. Like, I have to prioritize this stuff and like do it right. Like, so even with all of that, I was a mess. I woke up heavy. I woke up sad. And yeah, I was afraid of what was coming. Yes. And I knew immediately I cannot survive. I knew. I was like, I can't. I thought about getting up and turning on the news, doom scrolling, and I was like, I'm just not going to. I apparently got the same call all the rest of us got from the ancestors. It was almost as though they really like mom told me I can't let anybody in the house, and I really can't let anybody in the house. That's what it felt like to me. I knew I could not survive this the way I'd survived something else, so I released myself immediately. Please believe me when I tell you that every day of my life, I get up and listen to the news and I check what's going on with my government. So I stopped watching the news. I stopped doom scrolling immediately. I stopped performing concern. I told white people I didn't care. And I returned to what I knew what to do, what I knew how to do. I journaled early in the morning. I lit candles. I tended my ancestor altar. I set an intention every day for my own sovereignty. And that choice expanded into my health, my fitness. Before I messed up my knee, it was just the finest I've been since my late 20s. My skincare rituals, my food, saying automatically yes to my girlfriends. Where you want to go? Okay, yes. Yeah, I'll do it. My food, my screen time. I knew I had to do things radically differently than 2016. So y'all, again, like now I'm a boring non-drinker. Shout out to Oka Water. But I must have been tipsy for 3 days trying to process that man getting elected. So like this time in 2024, I changed course real quick. I decided to transmute. And when that video of that white woman asking, y'all go back and look at it, that's what went viral. I think it's got well over 500,000 views still. People still every now and then like comment on it. And I'll never forget it. I was scrolling and a white woman got on the camera and she said, what can white women do in this moment to make Black women feel safe? I got up from what I was doing. I think I was snuggling with Coach Dad. I knew I wanted to make content. I made a few videos, but it was like I was just a robot. I just got up. I went to the guest bedroom, dry faced it. I had no makeup on. And I just said what was on my heart. I knew in that moment, like that morning when I said, I'm not listening to the news, I'm not doubling down my efforts, I'm not giving money, I'm done. I release myself, I'm free. And turns out that wasn't an escape, that was a strategy. I don't know how we all got on the same page at the same time. I think it was the ancestors, but either way, we now have a strategy. And organized indifference also means Black women are seeing what it means to no longer be standing in the way, as Black Girl said, of this country and its karma. Once we got the hell out of the way, the country started giving itself knockout punches. It is destroying itself as we speak. We are seeing what it means. I love the way Black Girl on TikTok said that. She was like, we are no longer standing in the way of this country and its karma. And it's kind of a beautiful thing to see. We have literally been blocking our own blessings in a lot of ways. I don't experience in my life or know any Black women that are walking around here afraid and cowering right now. If they've transitioned from a job or they've been cut loose, they're using the severance and early retirements or sometimes even unemployment to like pursue their dreams and goals. The 92%, we are refusing to waste our time and our energy to convince anyone of a goddamn thing. And I want y'all to emphasize this with your kids. It is not their job to educate these ignoramuses, these red hat children or anybody else. It's like, just explain. We're just having a debate. No, don't have our kids out there doing anything. You have to earn a debate. These people too stupid to debate. They don't deserve our kids their time. Most of them are undercover Charlie Kirk incel standboys, and they approach them. They're just trying to harvest energy and pain from our children. Some of them get off on that. And 92%, we are not here to argue with bots, trigger accounts, or bad faith actors because we get it now, right? We understand that. We understand that different governments and different political interests use bot farms to change our perception and our sense of reality. It's ridiculous to argue with them. And I don't care if they're leftist. F these leftists. Trying to lecture us as Black women. That's what I can't stand is because we see right through them. So yeah, we're not doing that. We're not arguing with bad faith actors. We get it now. They aren't curious. Nobody wants to learn. In fact, many of them repel education and information. Stupid. Okay, we know that they're operating at a 5th and 6th grade reading level. A lot of this country is. We see it and we know it. We know what it is. We know that racism is energetic vampirism. Find somebody else to feed on. We done. We are starving it and them of attention. And instead, we're investing in our intellectual pursuits, our creative output, learning to love and live on the land again. I can't tell you, I love looking at Black family compounds. We're finding a new connection and a way to like be with food that's clean, living clean in our bodies, developing joy practices. Some of us, for the first time, like really making an effort to connect to our ancestors. This is how we become internally powerful, so internally powerful that we don't need to seek external validation. We never needed it. I need to tell you about my new obsession. And when I say obsession, I mean the second I saw it, I knew. It was called okra. O''Kra. Sparkling okra water. I'm telling y'all, the moment I saw it, I knew. I was ready to throw myself at their feet. I even asked my husband, like, how can I reach out to them? I know it's going to be amazing. He's like, you should taste it. And I said, oh, right. And then I tasted it and I really started bothering them because I loved it. Y'all, when the first cans came to my house, I was like, please let it be delicious, because if it's not good, I'm not good. It's not gonna work out. And I just, everything about it felt so aligned. Okra water is so beneficial to us, to our skin, our hair health, our reproductive systems and organs, keep it nice and yummy down there. Our digestion, right? Like all the mucilage. So I was like, I know the benefits. And if it's sparkly and it's crisp, and y'all, when I tasted it, it was so delicious. I love it. It's my favorite. It's my favorite part of my morning. I drink it first thing in the morning. It's called okra water. O''Kra. Sparkling okra water. No slime, no suffering, just light, effervescent, gently refreshing, with the softest hint of pineapple. Y'all know from Mississippi, I know all the benefits of okra water, and I know you do too. To go look up benefits of okra water, but y'all, it's slimy, and that's because of all of that beautiful, delicious like mucilage. But they have a proprietary method of getting rid of all the slime. It has the mouthfeel of like a spindrift. When you open the can, one of the reasons I love it is because it smells like home. It has the herbaceousness of that green smell of the okra, with just enough sweetness, like just enough from the pineapple juice and the lemon juice. The can is 80% okra water, and the rest is pineapple, and even better, it's effervescent. I was drinking it ice cold, but Anna, the founder, recommended that we drink it like room temperature. And y'all, I did that this morning. Talk about like instant beautiful effect on my body. It is something different. And it was created by Anna, the founder, who was dealing with her own concerns around weight and skin and wellness. She had a horrible time with like energy drinks and ended up in the hospital as a young woman because of them. And she's created this amazing beauty beverage. She loved what okra water did for her body, but she wanted a version that was accessible, enjoyable, and honestly pleasant to drink. And she absolutely nailed it. Y'all, I fell in love with her okra water over the holiday season. She is an HBCU graduate. This is a Black woman created, beautiful, delicious beverage, and the care shows in every detail. I fell in love immediately. I just ordered, and I know they're going to say, stop, Halicue, we're going to send you your okra water, but I ordered a 24 pack because I believe in the company. I love it. Get on the subscription, y'all. It's going to be an Air One. This has become a part of my morning ritual, and it's the very first thing that touches my lips in the morning. I love okra water, and the way the ritual works for me, because y'all know we're working on ritualizing our wellness. I wake up in the morning, I do my stretches in bed, I get the coffee going, I start warming up my broth. I'm one of these broth bitches now. I have bone broth with collagen powder because I need protein to get the day started, get the coffee going. And while I'm warming up the broth, I enjoy my okra water slowly, intentionally. Sometimes I say my intentions into the class. Sometimes I save it for when I'm on the Sunshine Report. Now that I know I've got my 24 pack coming, I can have it as often as I want. But on most days, it's just for me in the morning. It is my favorite indulgence. And indeed, like Anna calls it, a beauty beverage. It tastes delicious. The mouthfeel is perfect, and it supports your body without asking you to suffer for it. If you are returning to your rituals, especially your morning rituals, this is one of the easiest, most luxurious upgrades that you can make. Black woman owned. Okra is Black woman created, and now it is Black woman approved by me. I've got my link in the show notes and in my bio. Get into it. Trust me on this one. Ritualizing our wellness. Like, what do we mean by that? This isn't looks maxing. It's not optimizing, not overperforming. Ritual is safety plus repetition plus intention or meaning. And this does not have to cost you anything. I'm telling y'all, this is going to be so important to regulating our nervous systems. It can look like rising early and quietly, making something warm, prayer. Y'all know I'm deconstructive, but I still pray. I'm a bougie hoodoo. Of course I pray.
humming, the way our grandmothers did, like around the kitchen, journaling, tending the home before worrying about the world. Our evening ritual examples, washing the day off. Think about that from the top of your head. We should be visualizing all the stuff we want out of our head, the energy we want off our body, the detritus of other people's like energy and mess. Washing the day off, cooking or preparing our food, music, dim lights. I know one of the first things I loved when me and Coach Dad got married, I was able to control my own environment with music, with candles. I wasn't worrying about like a grown up screaming or somebody just messing up the vibe. Like, I love that so much. Those are rituals. Conversation over a meal, returning the body to rest, listening to our bodies. For right now, like I'm feeling very called to Mississippi. I'm choosing a calm, emotionally safe time to go. Like holidays for my family just used to be a lot. And then when the kids got older, like that was just too much to even contemplate. So we came up with an entirely new ritual. We travel as a family over the holidays. We had a great time in Tahiti and Bora Bora. But Mississippi is calling to me, and I'm going to be there hopefully in a few weeks. Fingers crossed. And in doing that, I'm recommitting to a morning ritual because I'm going to need it, like when I travel. Even though I'm home, it's going to be very important to remember how far I've come, some of the patterns that I've broken, some of the chains I've broken about mothers and daughters in our family, sisterly relationships like in our family. I'm going to need to return to my rituals. I'm going to need to come home to myself, and I'm going to let ritual guide my movement, not urgency. That is how we ritualize our wellness. All right, 92%. Organized indifference. We got this. Ritualizing our wellness. We got this. I'm not worried. All of this is another way to say, Black women, we are not required to sacrifice our nervous systems to prove that we care. We're not the ones. We clearly care. Again, look at the information. Roll that beautiful beam footage. Shout out to pals. Obviously, we care. We're not the ones that need to prove that we know what's going on and that we care. We don't have to sacrifice our nervous systems to prove anything to anybody. And ritual is not retreat. Organized indifference is not surrender. They are our strategy. So just a little challenge. And then we'll talk about it over on Substack. Y'all come be creative. Let me know what is one ritual today, morning or evening, that you're going to recommit to, that you're going to ritualize, you're going to repeat and practice it without explanation or apology. And seriously, come over to Substack. And speaking of Substack, if this episode felt like a deep exhale, did it feel good? Feel a little lighter, feel a little happier? You can the conversation continues over on Substack. And paid subscribers get the good stuff, the quiet room, some exclusive video, a little deeper context, and some space to practice this together. If you are not a member of the 92% and you are looking for ways to support Black women in arrest, come on over and become a paid subscriber. I love us, 92%. This is where we let the sun shine in. How we have grown. How far we've come. And looking good doing it. Oh my God. Look at us. Till the next episode, I can't wait to see everybody at the Sunshine Report on TikTok Live, YouTube, and Substack Live, Monday through Friday, 8:30 p.m. Come on over to the Substack community. It is our newsletter, it is our podcast community. And a lot of smart people are hanging out on Substack. If you're looking for a safe place to create as a Black woman, come on over. Come on over and join us there and subscribe. And I love us. Check out all the links. Get into Oka Water, Black Girl Vitamins, and the Osea Dream Bioserum. All the links are down in the show notes. I look forward to getting to know you on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, and even LinkedIn. Y'all help guide me around that place. So, to the beautiful, the bold, the brilliant Black women of the 92%, all of the love in my heart. And to our allies and to our accomplices, the very same. And everybody else, y'all got a day y'all voted for.